going live on YouTube. Yep, this is my very last stream ever on YouTube. Oh boy. Yeah, I have been kind of dissatisfied with YouTube, so I will be moving back to Twitch after this stream. Because we are finishing up the rest of the MSQ tonight. No matter what. Okay. No. Come on. Oh my freaking god. Oh, that's the sound of Suchi there. We're gonna hate this right now. Okay. Please let that. Okay, that was the right link. Getting used to a new keyboard again. Because the one that I had been using, sucked. So I'm going back to one that I had before. And it also sucks because the keys are round. Which isn't very good in my opinion. Alright, Nightbot is working. We can finish up social media stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on that. I got paid today, so I'll be shopping around over the weekend. I keep bumping my desk. Alright. I think everything is set up on my end. Close that, close that. Alright. Alright. I am about ready to start. And yeah, I think Alphino's gonna need a little bit of comfort today. Standing around here worrying is not going to help matters. Come, we must discuss the day's events with Pippin and her grace. Brave Scions! Oh. It's you two. Would that I could treat you to a hero's welcome, but I bear urgent news from the Monastery. Your Grace, what is the matter? As our troops withdrew from Bagathlin, they came upon the two scouts sent to the nearby tower. I have yet to hear a full account, but it seems one of them, your friend, I believe, had been wounded and was being dragged away by the other. Oh no. I must go. Forgive me, Your Grace. That little head shake is a neat little detail I never noticed at first. Can you tell us all of Arenveld's condition, Your Grace? The wounded scout. Not safe, that is his grave. The doctors tend to him even as we speak. The infirmary must be inundated with wounded. If all of us go, we'll only get underfoot. Throat, Estinian, would you mind going after Alphino? He may need some support from someone other than me. Estinian. There you go. Be the big brother that Alphino desperately needs. Come on, then. Yeah, when we last saw Arenvald, he was, it looked like him and Fordola were in a little bit of a bad spot. Also, where is the exit? There is the exit. It is this way. Also, let me get back to my regular garb. I need to go to the, husting strip. Yeah, they had a chance encounter with Lunar Ifrit. Okay, it is this way. I take it Alphino is fond of Arenvald. Not as fond as he is with you. I know how he feels, but hand-wringing isn't going to help anyone. You'd better have a word. Another one come to see the lad in silver armor. Master Delimont is attending to him as we speak. If you'd be so kind as to wait. What did Master Delimont say? Tell me his exact words. Alphino, let the doctors do their work. But, you're right. Forgive me. When we said our farewells to Arenvald, I was afraid that something like this might happen, but now that it has, all we can do is wait. I'm just gonna do that.
Fordola, have you been waiting here all this time?
I take it by that silence, it's yes.
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see him?
I don't think that's an option.
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
You want a chalky milk? I can get you a chalky milk. That'll cheer you up.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life. I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know. Perhaps I could have...
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light. People die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most. If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
All life is precious! You need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me. It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you'll lot'll be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then? They'll be gone. Like dust on the wind.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
Damn. High five! That woman, she plays at scorn, but her eyes are filled with sorrow. Sorrow deep enough to drown in. Alphino? Wanna get some McDonald's? You still want a chalky milk? Oh. So I can pause that. I know. There's nothing more I can do here. Come, let us rejoin the others. Her Grace invites the Sons of the 7th John to join her in the Fragrant Chamber. Your comrades have already arrived. Will the 3 of you be joining them? We will.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word.
No matter how many times they pronounce it, I never remember how it's pronounced.
Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fan Daniel would doubtless have it.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within. Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities.
Oh, good. So we've got a lunar Garuda
For a
and
blessing,
others, I
none
guess.
appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
Yeah, because these lunar ones can't temper. The Grand Companies are grace. Is that wise?
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now.
Oh, no,
After
no,
all,
I'm
it
ready to
was
go.
not
I'm
so
ready to
very
punch
long ago that you
another
rid us of
primal in the
Bahamut.
face.
On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause.
Yeah, I'm ready to go now. Just point me in the direction of one of those lunar primals, and I'm just gonna punch it in the face.
It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do. Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Paglfan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
All the seats were taken, so I had to stand. Oh, at any rate. Alphino, are you gonna be fine? We have won our first battle against the Telophoroi and made significant discoveries to boot. The war has scarcely begun. We must steel ourselves for what lies ahead. Right then, unless anyone has any objections, I think it's about time we return to the Rising Stones. And that includes you, Alphino. Arnvold is in good hands here. Of course, he would doubtless mock me for pacing about the infirmary. Let us retire then, that we might regain our strength and readiness for the coming challenges. If all are in agreement, then I shall let Kral know to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal shouldn't be beyond arranging with the time available. Be good to be home. I think I have some thinking to do. Yes, I'll try asking him. And thank you, I shall look forward to it. Our comrades eagerly await our return, and Kryl in particular has a few matters she is keen to discuss, one of which concerns you, Estinian, believe it or not. You will join us, won't you? Fine. Really? I thought you said we were avoiding that Baldessian woman. If I refuse, she would only pursue me. Let's get this over with, shall we? He's avoiding the inevitable. Or he's just embracing the inevitable. Oh, right. I still have this set as my home point. Nope, too far. Didn't teleport close enough. Oh, cutscene immediately. Wow.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time. Thanks to Arenvold's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings, and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
You sure that's wise?
'Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that. I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough.
I'm wondering if that dialogue is different if you've done Eureka in any form.
If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing. A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
Yeah, it's been a while. I think it was near the end of the Dragon Song War, right?
When you regained her blessing, was it not? But never since. Not in all your time in the First, when you faced the Unsundered, the very heart of Zodiark.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light. To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in his judgment.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I am able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether. Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular. Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now, of all times. Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again, will you join us?
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault. But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo. You inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly. As you have shown me, some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
He just doesn't have anywhere to go at the moment.
Thank you, Estinian. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be. In this little corner of the world, at least.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Sharlayan, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
Knock him dead.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Have fun storming the castle. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. That's a lot of weapons.
Well, does this one meet with your approval?
Impressive.
Apparently not. Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use. Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting. Though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
Hey, that was my axe. How'd they get my axe? And dye it white? I want that back. Without it, I can't be a warrior. Hold on a second. Okay, never mind. I still have mine. All's good. Well, looks like I'm gonna be going to have a few busy few moons. Not that they ever seem to be anything but. Thagrid's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm, which is not to say I don't trust the Alliance, because I do. But when it comes to putting down primals, nobody does it better than us. Well, then you lot, more accurately. You won't catch me trading blows with the primal in the near future. Yeah, because you can't really control a carbuncle now, can you? But for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to wash, stores to replenish, and the list goes on. Which is where I come in, and gladly, mind you. It's the least I can do to support the scions who risk life and limb, like poor Arnvald. I wish there was something we could do for him, but we'll just have to settle for saying the odd prayer and keeping a roof over our heads. It wouldn't do to have him come back to us and come back to a complete shambles, now would it? But that's enough of my rambling. Off you go to get some rest. If there are any developments, I promise you'll be the first to know. Okay, rest is over. Let's go. Ah, throat, you're looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest? Yep, I took a millisecond of sleep. If you came looking for tidings from Kryl, I'm afraid we're still waiting, but we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place. Wow, that quick, huh? But the Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to Hoary Boulder and the others. Meanwhile, talks with the Beast Tribes are going even better than expected. Encouraged by Uldah's progress with the Amalja, Gridania has opened negotiations with the XIV, believe it or not. All of which is obviously very encouraging, but with the Telephorai still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Oh, hello. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. Always in Alamigo? Ah, we were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telephorai, in concert with our new allies. The Beast Tribes have also been invited. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe. So the Alliance would bring all the Beast Tribes into the fold at a single stroke. An ambitious plan given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhap an expedient one considering the threat we face. Indeed, my lady. And for their part, I'm told the Beast Tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions too are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. Well, I'm ready for another political discussion then. Pray form the Alliance, I'll be there, and I'll try not to fall asleep this time. Well, now that we've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I move that you and Y'shtola lead our contingent, given how long you've worked at end summoning. It's only right that you be present for what promises to be a historic moment. I think we've all played our part in that little endeavor, don't you, Throat? All present may rightly claim a seat, I do quite agree. But by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Emmerich will be there, and I'd rather not be interrogated. Very well then, all those with the mind to hold the fort, get on with holding it. I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo, shall we? Wow. He's willing to stay here in the presence of the Lalafell, and if it means not having to be face-to-face with Emmerich. That's kind of impressive. Don't worry, I have no plans to return to roaming in your absence. I know you'd only chase me if I did. He knows it's futile. So he's gonna start embracing the insanity with us. Alright, let's go. Boop. If he goes roaming again, one of us tiny things is just gonna chase him down. And I'm not talking about little Sushi here. Even though he'd be perfect for it, wouldn't you? They've been expecting you. Well, some few guests have yet to arrive. The Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in? I mean, you didn't give me a choice. Oh, cool. The rest of the Beast Tribes are here. Oh, wow.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay. Freed our people must be!
About that.
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Well, I mean, once the tower is destroyed, the threat of tempering is over.
Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'Stola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome. I beg your pardon?
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus. A little quickie without gills, perhaps? Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future, as allies united in purpose.
Ah! Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother. Free them from his grasp, we shall.
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise be!
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
Well, let's get the kiln burning. We gotta make a lot of pigs.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We, Amalja, would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
Huh? What? What? I wasn't sleeping. I'm awake. I'm awake. What to name this? Grand Company of Eorzea.
But that's the name I...
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, Oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
Aye, the Grand Company of Eorzea. That's something you wanted to call it, once upon a time, wasn't it? Well, now that we are all out of earshots of the other delegates, I hope you'll forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day ever since the moment I first have put a foot upon these shores, and that I was as heartened as anyone to see the peoples of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come, of the sacrifices that would be made and all the lives lost. Inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. But at least now there's hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step. The first of many. Many and more. Elder Seedseer, how might we be of service? I seek Master Alphino's assistance in the matter involving Gridania's neighbors, the Sylphs. I know that you and yours have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade, the better to predict the coming of primals, and so you will be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ashcrown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Just so, it is our hope that we may make use of the Sylphs' established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and a grand company. If the Sylphs are to perform their task effectively, they will require the counsel of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force. An armed force founded with the self-same goal in mind, no less. The Crystal Braves, yes. Forgive me, Master Alphano. I know it was a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans all came to naught. Built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests. And I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer the same fate. Mayhap I ask too much of you. Not at all. You may count upon my assistance for what little it's worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Braves. You have my gratitude, Master Alphano, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telephorai and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. You've come a long way since the Crystal Braves. Before committing to anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out? I can't think of I can't think of an excuse not to, so yes. Thank you. As someone who witnessed the Order's rise and fall, yours would be a reassuring presence. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it will be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. Then mayhap Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's events. We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. Yeah, as we all know, the Grand Company stuff was happening as you were getting put into a deep sleep inside a giant tower. So what's the plan, brother mine? Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I propose is largely written. Not long after that fateful day in Ul'dah, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. Thus I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone, its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to me to be the crucial question, namely, why, after the Crystal Braves disbanded, did some members choose to remain with us while others did not? I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new Grand Company altogether. And that this knowledge might help us prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested. That is my hope, yes, but the questions I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandoned the cause would welcome my inquiries. Then Graha and I will just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith. Fine suggestion. Have care, however. Many of my former comrades are of questionable character. So keep your wits about you and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. That's just you and me, then. Where to, Chief? Ah, Real, and I believe you were in the Grand Company as well. Excuse me. Well, look who it is. And what brings you two here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a matter of speaking, I've been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. Blah 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 blah. So you want to know why we decided to stick with the Scions, eh? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that. As Real will attest, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that had ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hope to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I'm able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away, but when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but try to repay it? Nothin', that's what. As for me own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions had something in common with me old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed, and I still strive to live by it to this day. As time goes on, I've learned that strength comes from many shapes and sizes. From Hoary Boulder to Mistress Tataru, we've all of us got something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain, because we believe there's more important things than that. Things worth protecting, which is what being a Scion's all about. I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means a lot more than you know. Forgive me, Throat. Could you... Why do you think the Crystal Braves ended in failure? Well, its founding ideals was something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there was another who was only in it for the coin, or the glory of both. Ours was quite a disparate band. While I will never forgive Ilberd, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it for all the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel full of them. Not like the Scions. Might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because Tataru sifted out all the glory hunters before they made it through the door. I see. So all our ranks comprise of a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths. We are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. Yay! Well, I think we've taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridania and hear what the others have learned. Later! Alright, yeah, I think I'll just teleport back to Gridania! Oh, okay. All the way over there. Weird spot for an objective, for a main scenario objective, but whatever. Thanks to Tataru's ever-dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without any great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Alphanos, some of their comments were harsh. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Alright. Thank you. I will set about adding your findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go ahead to Little Solace and seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon. Are you truly ready to see the truth? I think at this point you are. I'm the Warrior of Light. I can run through a gate while it smacks me in the face without anything happening to me. Alright. Onward to Little Solace. Ah, there's the cathedral where a lot of in-game marriages happen. I hate that place. Okay, bye. That's enough Final Fantasy for one night.
Welcome, brave ones and friends of Brave One. How good it is to see walking ones again so soon after the meeting.
Should this one perform the customary dance of greeting?
No, be at ease. It is true that these ones once delighted in making walking ones dance, but no more. Horned one Kani Senna said that walking ones would be coming to Little Solace. Imperial ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones, so these ones will be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones.
That is heartening to hear, Elder. It will require all ones to work in unison to stop the Telephorai.
These ones will try very hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little experience. Any advice walking ones can provide would be most welcome. Oh, another pretty silver-haired one, and in quite a hurry, it seems.
Ah, it's Alphino.
Alice, you must come quickly.
Whatever's the matter, Alphino? Don't tell me you couldn't read my handwriting.
What? No! A Twitter Outer officer accosted me as I was about to set out. Charlian has sent an envoy who's due to arrive in Gridania at any moment.
An envoy? Could it be the Krell has managed to sway the Forum?
We shall know soon enough, but there's more. The envoy has requested that the two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seatsia.
Really? I can see why they might want Scions to be present, but us specifically. Wait, it isn't who I think it is. It is. I could scarce believe it myself, but when I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told it was one Fortunate Levieux. Ah.
Your father!
Well now, the fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be surprising enough, but him? Quite. I glean from this that they are taking the matter seriously.
That may be, but why him and not another one of the 98 Forum members, unless he volunteered for it?
It has been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be that he is concerned for your well-being?
Perhaps, but he's always been reluctant to discuss his work with us.
Indeed, and whenever we write to our parents, it is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet with him after so long, even if it is secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Frixio, loath am I to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. Pray accept my apologies along with my report. Hands are dry.
Never mind, there will be time to talk later. This one will keep walking ones for more urgent matters. Go!
The audience will be held at the Lotus Stand where the Elder Seatsia awaits even now. Let us be on our way. Oh, come on, do a little jig for her. Come on, do a little jig for her before you leave. hell is this one? Oh, right, okay, I keep forgetting I still have that quest. Alright, back to Gridania. God, I've got so many of these. And I'm probably not going to be taking another one of those breadcrumb quests ever again on this character. Maybe the ones that link to dungeons, but yeah, aside from that. Alright.
My friends, I thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Forshenod's visit took us quite by surprise. When the Alliance granted Mistress Kryl's permission to request Charlene's aid, we did not anticipate so prompt a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. What the nature of the reply may be, we shall soon discover.
Alright. And I am going to do this. Yep, that's their father, all right.
I thank you for granting me this audience. I am Forshenod Leveilleur, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
It is I who should thank you, Master Forshenod, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health.
That's good to hear.
Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisoix, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the Primals. Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene. And my position remains unchanged.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Sharlayan stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life, who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald. One in which Sharlayan will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider. You may feel safe on your little island across the waves. But if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline. But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure? For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war. Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice? It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike him, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alisaie, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
What?
Father! How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
Master Fortuno, while Sharlayan may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Sharlayan's hopes for the morrow?
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
Father! Wait!
Don't bother, Alisaie!
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
I may not be the stepfather, but I'm gonna be the father that steps up.
So that's what he came here to say? That we were all fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telophoroi, and as for the rest... Like it or not, this was the Forum's decision, to watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Father was but the messenger. As he handed down the judgment, I could think of nothing to say that could possibly sway him. I still can't. To have prolonged the discussion would have changed little, for it is not only Master Fortuno who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. The decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor is it like to be changed, and so we shall face the Telophoroi without their aid. Forgive me, but But if they had no intention of helping us, then why would they go to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why did they not simply keep their counsel as they are wont to do?
Translation. This could have just been an email. All of this just could have been an email. I think he wanted to make a point of coming over himself.
Throat, has Master Fulshional arrived yet?
He just left.
Then it is as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject without exception. It was almost unnerving. Could it be that they are hiding something from us? That might go some way to explain Master Fulshional's performance. When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride. But what if they genuinely believe that they know how the world will end, and simply disagree with us about the circumstances? That I don't know, but something tells me that they are not as unconcerned about the Telephorai as they claim. If the threat weren't real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with my other mission, researching Hydaelyn and the Ethereal Sea. I tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem, but don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we can still find a way forward. To that end, I would like you all to join me here, when the time is right, of course. I am aware that matters in Eorzea stand on a knife edge, but with your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements.
Well, there are one or two things to take care of here first.
After which, assisting me will seem a sweet relief, I'm sure. While you attend to matters heroical, I shall see about securing entry for you all, and we'll let you know when everything is in order. Take care in the meantime, won't you? Speculations give me cause to hope, yet if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible the Sharlayans hide some secret truth from us, there can be no certainty that its exposure will prompt in them a change of heart, and so for the present we must needs confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Telephorai. Even with all of Eorzea standing united, there's no guarantee that we will prevail. What does Sharlayan intend to do if we fail?
Well, I don't know. You want a lemon muffin to cheer you up? You want a muffin? You still want that chalky milk? The offer's still on the table.
While Sharlayan's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There is much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the Forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask that the Scions...
Grave tidings, Walking Ones, grave tidings! Oh, hello.
Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What has occurred? These ones went to see Feathered Ones send terrible news. Destroying ones have appeared in Zephatal. Destroying ones and captured ones, even frightful godly ones. Feathered ones didn't stand a chance and were sent flapping and squawking. When did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Too late, yes, much too late. But luckily, destroying ones were only passing through and continued on west. Feathered ones who did not fight were left unharmed. West. That could be Kurthus.
Hello.
My lady, the Ishgardians report that Telephorai have emerged from the eastern highlands of Kurthus and are marching at speed. Though their purpose is yet to be determined, the Cartano Flats would seem their most likely destination. Lord Emmerich has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support. Tell him that he shall have it. The time has come for the Grand Company of Eorzea to prove its worth. Well, mayhap it is a mercy that we do not have time to stew upon our misfortunes. Come, my friends, let us make haste to talk to Cartano. Wait, this one almost forgot. Destroying ones were said to be led by cackling robed one. This one must see that all walking ones know. Farewell.
The guy inhabiting the punchable face's body. Good.
Fun Daniel?
Yeah, that guy.
Who else? It was only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed himself again. I shall have an airship ready to bear you to Cartano. Pray see to your preparations and report to the landing with all haste. At once, my lady. Let us away.
Away we go. Bye, horned lady. We'll meet again. Oh, wow, it's high quality. I didn't expect that. Alright, let's head over to the Let's head over to the Carline Canopy, which is this way. Whoops. Oh. Hi. Fordola.
Throat, it would seem Fordola has come all the way to Gridania to find us. I've explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent.
Aye, and it'll be over sooner if you shut up and come with me. Okay. Ready to get punched by emotions?
Arenvold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Afraid so. The Chirurgeons say I may never walk again.
Yep.
Come on, Alfino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite. All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
I am no hero.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero. Even the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to decide.
Ifrit tasted like burning.
Look, Alfino. You already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you, just as you believe in them.
We carry the dreams of many. We'll carry yours too.
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through. That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owley once entrusted their dreams to me.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, all right?
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero, do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. But I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
Oof, number 2. Alright. You can tell me later what that was all about, but judging by the set of Alphino's jaw, it appears to have done him some good. Tancred and the others have already left the Rising Stones, and according to the communications officer, Amalja and Kobold forces are also bound for Colchino as we speak. They mean to keep the promise they made in Alamigo, and we must do the same, by saving as many of their tempered kin as possible. Anyway, the airship is ready to depart. We should get going. Upon joining the battle at Cartano, several cutscenes will play. Yeah, I get it. Okay. Proceed. And back I go. Oh, dang it, I'm out of drink. Hello, the cavalry has arrived!
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Sharlayan, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophoroi's grand design. And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers. compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. A less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alphino?
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded me, I have come this far, and that must count for something.
Gods be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times. There is such a thing as overthinking, you know.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the Tempered, but they'll have to be incapacitated first.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
Never crossed my mind. All right. Let's see what we can do. Listen well, friends. The Telophoroi are sweeping across the Cartano. As for the Ascian, he was briefly sighted above the battlefield, but has since vanished. He likely intends to watch events unfold from afar. Thus far, the movements of the lunar Pyramus have proven difficult to predict. Hidden poised to ambush... okay. Whatever the Telophoroi's plan may be, the Primals are our primary targets. Understood. They will not elude the Scions for long. We're on the PvP map, aren't we? I've never been here. Even on my main character, I've never done PvP.
Let's give it our all.
Big flame. Okay, I cannot stun these things. Like, what? Okay, I guess I'm going with them. Oh, okay. Oh, this is neat! As the Scions spread out across the field, Alice and Graha take the fight to the Telophoroi. Looks like I'm gonna be taking control of different Scions. I believe I'm taking control of Alice. I am! Ah, so I'm just playing as a red mage. Got it. I don't have the I don't have the gauge though, so that's fine. Alright, so that's on cooldown.
Allow me.
Oh yeah, I've also got a healing spell. Hold on. Let me go ahead and do that. There we are. Right, my muscle memory is going to my keybinds for Red Mage and not Alisae's. Shoot.
Just the beginning.
Oh, good. Okay. Alright. With that taken care of. I think that's the very first time I've seen him do the job change action. Oh, I just gotta do that. Oh, there he is. Still has a punchable face.
Do you see that? The glyph, yes.
Oh, hold on.
Listen well and judge for yourself. Though I can see ethereal currents, I had not thoroughly examined those that flow through the heart of Cartano. But now that I'm here, things have become clear. The flats conceal an etheric confluence like the pillars of the Azim Steppe, but greater in scale. Far greater. The glyphs that Fandaniel had conjured reach into its very midst. And I believe I know their purpose. Should the lunar primals destroy them, it would spark a chain reaction with the potential to obliterate the confluence entirely.
Oh! The resultant disruption of to the flow of ether which sow chaos among the elements, prompting earthquakes, floods, and tempests large enough to lay the waste to the realm. I guess we have to make sure those things don't go. That he would go so far cometh as a little surprise. We must needs protect the confluence at all costs. Oh, good! Defeat Lunar Odin and defend the confluence. Oh, good! I'm playing as a healer. Alright, let me take a look at my stuff. Let's go. Let me set a focus target on him.
I shall protect thee.
Oh God, there we go.
Mitre.
Is this the music that plays when you're facing Odin?
Away with you!
The best defense is a good defense!
Heal that up. Actually, I might want to do this. There we go. Top you off. Oh, we gotta take him out right now. Shola, if you're gonna use something, do it now. Did it! The confluence is safe! Oh, I see. Meanwhile, Graha, Tia, and Alice prepare to lock swords with Luna Ravana. Ooh. One of my favorite songs. Oh, I'm playing as Graha this time. But I'm a black mage. How can I have two white mage spells? Okay, restores 40% of MP. Oh. Oh! Okay, well... Get him. There we are. Good. Oh! Alright, cool. Fire 4. Fire 4. Bow. Oh, you left again before I could thunder you. Optimized for defense. Ow! Oh, good. Yay, we did it. Ugh. Graha is basically the red mage you think of when you think red mage in Final Fantasy games. Both actual both actual black and white magic. Alright. We're back to me. Oh, hello. I'm in an arena. Oh, this is still part of the Cardinal Flats. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna be a stabby boy for the last bit of this. Lunar Ifrit? Wonder if you taste like burning as well. In the coming battle, I'll fight as myself. Thank you, game. Roll up the daggers. Oh, good. Oh, really? Okay, there you are.
You're finished!
There we are. Got it.
We must fight on.
So much less stressful when I don't have to worry about healing things. Oh, hello. Better be ready to heal that thing. Wow, those really didn't do very much. We almost got him. Oh god, more lunar nails. Oh, these things have a lot. Sinian, if you got something, do it now. Well then. Oh. So Astidian gets shadow clones, and I've got a dinky one that only copies my melee attack. Oh my!
I will not be outdone.
Zap! So Astidian gets a bunch of shadow clones, but I get a dinky one that only copies my melee attacks. Sure. Cool game. Cool. Why does he get the cooler abilities than me?
And thus another plan went up in smoke. I am beginning to see why Lord Xenos thinks so highly of you. Not that this changes anything, you understand. You have merely earned yourself a stay of execution.
Glory be to Garlemore.
How fare the Tempered?
We've treated as many as we can, but some were beyond help.
I see Angelo's 2 and 3 are doing their duty.
Do not hang your heads so, brave scions. Though not all of our captured brethren could be saved, we are grateful for those whose minds have been restored. You could do no more, and that is enough. So please hold your heads high.
I should have been quicker, but I'll do better next time. Thank you for your kind words. They mean a lot.
A victory at great cost, but a victory nonetheless. We must stay strong and press on. Isn't that right?
Well, you've come this far.
It really must count for something.
The stage is set for Endwalker. I'm gonna go on ahead and wait. There's one thing that I want to see on these credits, and then I'll skip them. Okay, now I'm out of drink. It's not this. It's something else. Up. Nope, still no. Come on, show me Urianger so I can actually end things, so I can actually skip it. There it is! Everyone's got gun blades and daggers and books, and Urianger's like, I throw cards at you! Okay, that's all I wanted to see. I trust all of you enjoyed a comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Ishgardian fleet. Lest you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Emmerich, and may I say how much I appreciate the hospitality you afforded us on the way home. Think nothing of it. Our destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend had been since he last took his leave. It would seem you finally have found a place to settle down.
I merely grew weary of wandering the Far East.
Returning to more serious matters, while the Telephori have been driven from Cartano, it is like that the bulk of their forces yet remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorzea's first joint military operation, however, I am confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours. As such, while our forces keep the Telephori at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers. A sensible division of labor. While the towers remain, so too will the threat of the lunar primals. And given our expertise in the field of etherology, we are better qualified to find the solution. That we are, especially should it happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There is a time and a place for formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets aren't wont to hide where only enterprising individuals may venture. I could not agree more. There are none better suited to this task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you are able to uncover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have any assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends. Thank you, Emmerich, for getting us home. I confess, I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely, vital as they plainly are to the Telephori's plans. If we can discern their ultimate function, we will be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Telephori will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who awaits us at the heart of the chaos will come for us. For you. Yet in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities, the final days themselves. Yes, alright, Alphino. We need a plan, not portents. As Thancred so eloquently pointed out, we are in a position to seek information from all manner of places. Not least... Charlian. According to Kryle, the Forum had been more secretive than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Telephori, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear, the Forum is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Master Fortunat's performance at the Lotus Stand was enough to convince me of that. The matter beareth further investigation, I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of a more promising place to look for answers we seek on the matter of the towers. Sharlayan hath ever been the wellspring of ethereological knowledge.
I care not where we go. Here or there, my lance will be ready.
And what of you, Throat? Might you be persuaded to join us? If it means I can have words with Fortunault. Only after I do. If he and his friends in the Forum think we will leave them alone if they ignore us, they're in for a shock. It appears we are in agreement, but we'll have to wait for Kryle to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, there is a matter I would investigate. Does it involve tall structures? By strange coincidence, it does. Apprentice, since I only have a creeping suspicion, but with your help, I will soon find out whether my fears are warranted. Well, if it means I get to have words with Fortunault and maybe fists and daggers. He is on the top of my list of people that I'm going to shank their ankles of. I've learned the emote shush. Okay. Meanwhile, in the Garlean capital. Ooh. Oh. I see.
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch. Though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure. Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach.
Oh.
The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire, my desire! To relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence!
While I await you, I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon the darkened moon. Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor. And the stars shall bear witness to our final contest.
I think that was the dreamer. And here is where I planted a flower.
As I thought, The ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically. Far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
Ah, you picked up the kids after school. Very nice. Well done, Estinian.
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
the towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. Darkness comes. And with it, the end. The fate of the star is in your hands.
It's been a while since you talked to me.
Everything all right back there?
Yeah, everything's fine. Let's go. Oh. The moon red. Oh, Lord, no. At solemn dawn, grim purpose shines, and gazes cast toward moonlit sky. Thus does our final curtain rise, your steps to guide what end betides. And that is it. I'm completely done with Shadowbringers. And I just stopped the recording. Alright, yeah. That's gonna do it for my last stream on YouTube for the foreseeable future. There will not be a stream on Saturday. There may not be a stream all of next week either. I want to take some time to get everything set up on OBS and on Twitch to make sure everything's just going to run smoothly as soon as I hit start streaming the next time I go live. So yeah, in the meantime, I'll also be working on getting some videos out. So here's hoping I can do that. So, yeah, it's been fun here on YouTube, but I am going to be moving back over to Twitch. Just a lot of little stuff on YouTube just added up over time, and the situation on Twitch has improved enough in my opinion, so I'll be going back over to Twitch. I'm also going to be figuring out a new alert system. Because Stream Elements, I don't want to stick with anymore because of AI stuff. Generative AI stuff. They're big stupid doo-doo heads for doing that. And I don't want to go back to Streamlabs either. I'm still kind of sore about what they pulled. So I'll try to figure out something. So in the meantime, thank you for watching. And once I know a more concrete date on when my first stream will be, I'll post to social media and make a community post, most likely. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you the next time I stream. It will not be Final Fantasy XIV. This one's actually... Final Fantasy XIV is going to be taking a 3 to 4 month break. I'll be starting back up in April or May. Because I want to... There are some other projects I want to get around to doing for streams. So yeah, once I know more about what I'll stream next, I'll let you guys know as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, and have a good night. Take it easy.